Like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, is it really worth it? What's going on, guys? Beast Mode Smooth back with another video. All right, so today we're gonna take a look at a Kevin Samuels video. Lady calls in. She has 2 kids, and she wants a high value man, and she wants that high value man to be a stepdad to her 2 kids. Anyways, let's get right into it. Here we go.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi, your first name is Faith?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'll be 30 next month.
Okay, what do you got for me?
Well, I'm a single mom, and I think that it's okay with wanting a high value man. Like, I think it's okay.
You said you think it's what?
It's okay for me to I'm about to start dating again, and I think that that's what I would like to date, and I think it's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, were you married?
Yeah.
How long?
4 years.
Okay. And was your husband a high value man?
He was working his way up to one, but no.
Okay. What does that mean?
He was starting businesses. He was a military man, and he was, getting off his feet. So.
All right. How many children do you have?
2.
All right. So, to the market, what you're basically saying is, hey, the man I married and had 2 children was not high value. But now I'm coming to the market, divorced, older, with 2 children, wanting a man who was financially better than the one I had 2 kids for.
Yeah, so right off the bat, she married a non-high value man, no kids, had her youth, and that's what she was attracting, a non-high value man. 2 kids later, older, body sagging, and just unfortunately with age, your beauty diminishes as a woman, and you just want to be divorced and just grab a high value man. Like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And it seems like she is delusional that she can just take a shower, put on some makeup, and just get a high value man. But the man's gonna look at the kids, the baggage, how old you are, what's happening with your eggs. Maybe that high value man wants to have kids of his own. He has to think about taking care of kids that are not his, especially 2 kids, and a high value man may not necessarily want to do that. And that's just what it is. But let's continue.
Yeah. I know it sounds bad, but at the same time,
it sounds exactly like what it is. I don't fault you for wanting what you want, but the question always comes back, Faith. Why should a high value man pick you versus picking why should a high value man pick you versus picking a woman he can make his own children with?
That's true. I agree. Because when I had kids, I didn't want a man with kids also. So I agree. However, I'm just saying, I think that I think that I could get a high value man possibly just because I have kids. It's not going to make it like, oh my gosh, she has kids. And I was going to ask you a question.
Hold on. What city or what state are you in?
Alabama.
Oh, one of the poorest states in the union. You just think you can get a high value man? Do you know any high value men?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you a question. This guy, he's talking to me. He's a high value man, and I was just trying to figure out, like, does he really like me, or is he just like probably wanting a booty call because he's high value? But
probably number 2. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Probably number 2.
He has no kids, and I'm just trying to figure out, like,
he has children.
No, he doesn't have any children.
Right, ma'am. I mean, all right.
Yeah, so the harsh reality of it is if you're a high value man making 6, 7 figures, you are the cream of the crop. You are the cream of the crop, right? Because a man's value is in his resources, how much money he has, the life that he can provide for a woman. You know, can he buy her nice things and put her in a nice home and give her structure and, you know, things of that nature. So with a man making 6, 7 figures, being the 1 percentile of all men, 80 to 90% of the women are going to want him. Doesn't matter what age, if the woman's 19, 20, you know, the high value man's in his 40s, 50s, it doesn't matter. He's still going to pull young girls, hot girls with no kids. And Kevin asked her a very direct question. What are you providing to a high value man? And she has yet to answer that question. So she's just saying, yep, I want this, but she's not considering what the high value man would want. If she's even able to compete, at least compete and upgrade yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you still have hope. You know, being an older woman with 2 kids, you still have hope. But what are you doing to improve yourself to get that high value man? And Kevin asked her a direct question. What are you providing? What value are you providing? And she has yet to answer the question. But let's continue.
So let's
'Cause they act
fast.
like he really
Hold on.
likes
Listen. Do you have a son or a daughter? Do you have a son?
I have 2 boys, a 1 and
Okay,
a
so
2-year-old.
let's fast forward 35 years. And your oldest son is an accomplished attorney making $400,000 a year. And you've had to work with your ex to put your son through, you know, University of Alabama, through Harvard, through, you know, junior law, all that stuff. And he comes home and says, Mama, I'm getting married to a woman, a woman with 2 kids. You're going to say, all right, son, I worked all my life for you to go do that.
I wouldn't,
Yes, let's go
I
get
wouldn't be happy at first. However, if she was...
No, see, now stop right there. Stop right there. Why wouldn't you be happy at first?
Because I'll be like, you can start your own family. However, if that's what
let's
you
keep
want,
going. Let's keep no. Let's not go down to however. Let's keep on that path. You can start your own family because
that'd be the right thing to do. That's what I...
Not the right thing, the better thing, because you didn't raise your son and go through all that for him to take over some other person's bills.
True.
Welcome to you.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I've dated women with kids before, and, you know, being her significant other, she's going to look to you to provide for her kids and, you know, bring them McDonald's and buy them things Christmas time and, you know, their birthdays and things of that nature. You kind of assume that role automatically when you're dating a woman with kids, and it's a bill. It's a bill. It's an additional expense. Not only do you have to look to take care of her, but you also got to look at her kids and you know what I mean? Taking care of her kids. And if she has 2 kids plus her, plus yourself, like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, is it really worth it? And that's what a high value man's looking at. Like, do I want to do that? Chances are I don't want to do that, especially if she's not improving herself and bringing value to the table and coming into my world. Why would I want to do that? But let's continue.
All right.
I'm sorry, man, but that's the truth. Are your children an asset?
I see what you're saying, but it's
but you still keep the but. Are your children? Listen. Are your children an asset to another man?
They can be.
I didn't ask if they can. How can they be?
Some guys just want to be stepdaddy.
No. Tell me how they can be an asset.
Can't tell you nothing right now. Can't think of anything. So you got me. You're right.
If bottom line, ma'am, you married a military guy. Why are y'all divorcing?
He was cheating, and we can't work it out because he's a narcissist. So
okay, narcissist. Has he had a clinical designation of narcissist? Or are you just saying that?
Clinical medication. Something's going on.
Narcissists lack empathy. Okay, so a narcissist is narcissist. He's been around children, so he has no. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say this, ma'am. This whole high value thing has a lot of you ladies in a bad position. Ma'am, you're in Alabama. You're a divorcee with 2 kids, and you want one. Do you care if he's black? The man is black.
I would prefer him to be black. Yes.
And that means you want 8% of black men. 8%. 8% of black men earn over $100,000, and they don't really tend to live in Alabama. That's 8%.
Yeah, so here's a classic case of, a woman just wanting it all. 2 kids, older, divorced. She's, been with the guy for 4 years. She just wants to come into the dating market and just land a high value man, and he should just accept her reality and just bring no value to the table. Complete delusional, a classic case of just, I'm a woman, I want it all, and I deserve to have it all, but there's really no rhyme or reason as to why you should get that to begin with. And, if the roles were reversed for a man shouldn't expect anything from a woman. Like, that's like a man just saying, yep, I expect sex, like, just give me sex because I'm a man. Like, it doesn't work that way. So that's what she's not realizing, but let's continue.
Regardless as to the age, 8%. Regardless as to their current marital status, 8%. Regardless as to sexual orientation. And you didn't make babies with an 8% man. You made babies with a guy in the middle. Please explain to me why you want a guy who's so high up now. That's what I really want to understand.
I feel there's nothing wrong with wanting a stepdaddy with high value. Like, it's okay for me wanting my kids to go to private school. Like,
really?
If that makes, yeah. No, like, I think.
Well, tell me why. Tell me why it's okay.
Because if I find a guy and he's high value and he's okay with, I just don't see how it's like, oh, she got kids. Oh, I understand it is like more options out there, but just like, it's possible.
Really? So you don't see any problem, you don't see any issue with wanting your kids to go to private school that you cannot afford to pay for and your husband can't afford to pay for?
No, like, if that's what I'm gonna
tell you this. That's one of the issues in our community, that a woman like yourself could honestly come up and say, I don't see any problem getting somebody who had nothing to do with this to pay for the bill.
So here we go with these unrealistic expectations. The next man she meets wants to be high value, or she wants him to be high value, and just pay for your kid's private tuition. What? Like, he's gonna drop $5,000 to $10,000 a month on private school tuition and just shell out money, and there's no value or incentive that you're adding to his life? Like, just makes no sense. But let's continue.
That welfare state mentality.
No, that's that.
Listen. I'm not insulting you, man, but listen. You can't afford it. Your husband can't afford it. That means you don't get it. The only way you could get your kids in private school is to find somebody else who's willing to put your kids in private school. You want your kids in private school? Get a nanny, get a tutor, work with them to get them a scholarship. That's what you're supposed to do. Go get a second job. Go. Don't go get your hair
And
done.
that's another thing. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm
okay. Ma'am, in this life, we get what we earn and worth. You want somebody else to pay your bills. That is unfair. It is selfish.
How?
Because you don't have the money. And you can't afford to put your kid. Oh, Jesus.
Comes from money.
Okay, let me go ahead and grab this mute button. Because you said if somebody wants to come along and put your kids in private school, but you can't afford to put your kids in private school.
That's what you said. I didn't say that I can't afford.
But you said if somebody wants to come along and put your kids in private school, by implication, meaning they're going to be paying for it, not you. I'm not trying to play semantics.
That's true. Things. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is they'll be paying for it if they're my husband. No, they're not your husband. They'll be your step. If they were.
All right. So in other words, guys, pay attention. These are the women you need to pay attention to. These are the women that really don't care about you. Because you said it, ma'am, if it were your sons, you would want him to go start his own family. But you're I
don't like how you...
Right. So if it was her son, she wouldn't want her son in this scenario. But if she meets a man, she would put the man in that scenario. And again, like you said, like she only cares about herself. She doesn't care about the man, because yet during this whole conversation, she hasn't said the value that she's going to provide to the man or how she's going to, make the man's life better. She's just saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. And like, what? No, like, what man's going to just be in that scenario? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. 6-7 figure guy. Logical guy, logical thinking guy, and logically speaking, he's not going to put himself in this scenario. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. But let's continue.
But I don't care, man. The way the words came out, the way you said, if they were your sons, you would want them to start their own families.
Yes.
But for you,
but I also said if they do want to be stepdaddy, they can be. So
that's not the point. Cool. I didn't ask it. No, again, pay attention to what's going on here. It's because of her. It's not because it's what's right. No, it's not because of what's right or what's best.
No, you're trying to flip it.
I'm not flipping shit. I'm saying exactly what you're saying. It's not because of what's right or what's best. It's because of it's you. That's what it is. It's because of it's her. Think about what she's saying. I would want my sons to get the best possible, but I want you to pay for it. And that's fine, but what is he going to get for that? Me? And this is the mentality that guys are listening to, ladies, and saying, do y'all give a damn about it? Talk about narcissist? Did that woman sound like she cared about a man?
Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video here. With these Kevin Samuels videos, it just goes to show you the separation between men and women in 2020, 2021. They're just so divided, right? Like, woman's just like, gimme, 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 gimme. F what the man thinks, F what his concerns, his needs are. Just give me what I want. And if you can't give me what I want, then, to hell with you kind of thing, right? Like, so, like I said in a previous video, there are good women out there. You just have to do a better job of just sifting through them. Just asking key questions, and ideally being with a woman with no kids, so that you can kind of start your own family, your own empire, and just build from there. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.